In the mid-1970s, Mrs. Peggy Harper and her 4 children moved into a semi-detached council house in Enfield, North London. The events, which were widely reported and verified at the time, began in the summer of 1977. One night in August of that year, 2 of her children, Janet and Peter, came to tell their mother that their beds had been moving. On going into their room, she found nothing out of order. On the next night, the children complained of a shuffling or scraping noise in their bedroom. It sounded to them as if a chair were being moved, or as if someone was shuffling across the floor in slippers. Peggy Harper removed the chair from the room. When she turned the light off, however, she herself heard the sound. She turned on the light and the noise stopped. She turned off the light and the sound of scraping began again. The phenomenon soon increased in intensity. 4 loud knocks against the wall were heard by neighbours as well as by the Harpers. A chest of drawers moved approximately 18 inches from the wall. Peggy pushed it back again. When she turned away, the chest of drawers moved out again and proved impossible to return to its original position. The drawers in the chests also came out and they could not be moved. Peggy, now thoroughly alarmed, took the children and left the house to take refuge with neighbours. The police were called to investigate. The officers also heard the knocking on the walls, and in a signed statement, one of them testified that she had seen a chair move of its own accord across the room. The next day, the family were plagued by a rain of flying objects, including marbles and toy bricks, which were hot to the touch. The news spread into the local and national press. Witnesses, among them the local vicar, as well as numerous reporters and police officers, testified to the incidents of unexplained noises and of objects being hurled about the room. Puddles of water appeared on the floor. Sheets and blankets were torn off the sleeping children. One of the investigators, who spent some 14 months on the case, was alarmed one morning when he heard a very loud vibration in another room, as if a hole were being drilled through the wall. He went into the bedroom and saw that a Victorian fireplace had been ripped from its casing and was on the floor. It weighed some 60 pounds and could not have been removed by the children. At one point, Janet Harper began to speak in a rasping male voice, claiming to be Bill, who had died in the house. "I had a hemorrhage," he said, "and then I fell asleep and I died in a chair in that corner downstairs." None of the Harper family knew that many years ago, a Bill Wilkins had indeed died in the house while sitting in a chair in the living room.
We know you sleep on the bed. Why can't Janet feel you?
I'm invisible.
You're invisible? Why are you invisible?
So much G-H-O-S-T